What about hard and soft breaks in recreated images? Can you speak a little bit to that technique and some of the rationale behind that?
Sure. So, a lot of the photo editing stuff, can often be done better in Photoshop. So Photoshop, a dedicated picture editing tool, has a lot more tools and techniques. But, that said, there's a lot you can get done in PowerPoint directly, just using the native tools. But what happens is, as you begin to stamp your photos, you'll start to get soft breaks. You're going to see where you're taking background image and you're aligning it up against another background image. So it creates a soft break. It creates this kind of repeat design, if you will. So that's what we call a soft break, and that's what you're often looking at trying to cover up as like a first issue if you have those. And then hard breaks are when you have a smaller image, you're using a piece of the background, and you're basically building out all around the photo, and you're eventually going to get to a section of your photo where it doesn't line up. It doesn't create a consistent, seamless blend effect, and so that's again another area as you're doing this and you're looking at your photos you want to cover up. So it takes that visual element away from the audience. So again, creates what looks like or appears to be a full screen visual image in PowerPoint.
And you touched on this a little bit, but speak about the need or not for Photoshop, what's your take on that?
I mean, if you know Photoshop and you're comfortable in Photoshop, you have a lot more tools to work with in there. I mean, I don't use Photoshop a lot. Camille does, also from Nuts and Bolts Speech, and she does a lot of our photo editing. I just often find a lot of people don't have Photoshop or don't know how to use Photoshop, and they don't realize that many of the Photoshop techniques of extending your images can all be done directly within PowerPoint in just a couple of seconds, as we showed in our the demonstration or in our actual presentation. I mean, I wasn't spending hours editing those photos. I mean, just really copy, pasting, lining things up, overlaying things. So very, very quickly within PowerPoint. I actually had someone afterwards come up to me and say, they're an expert in Photoshop, so they actually know a bunch of those tools in Photoshop. They never realized how fast you could actually get it done in PowerPoint. And he was saying, heck, in the future, I'm not even going to go to Photoshop for half of this stuff because there's no need to. I can actually do it faster in PowerPoint.